I'm Victoria Cooksey, and this is What's for Dinner. Although I'm thinking we should have called it What's for an Appetizer or a Light Lunch today. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. We're going to be taking tomatoes and chèvre, which is a fresh goat's cheese, put it together with just a couple other ingredients, a few minutes in the oven. So let me show you what you need, how to do it, and what it looks like at the end. To make this recipe, you only need a few ingredients. Couple large tomatoes, depends on how much you want to make, salt, pepper, extra virgin olive oil, fresh parsley, and chèvre, which is goat cheese. And this comes in either 4-ounce or 8-ounce packages, so all you got to do is decide are you making a little or a lot. Line a cookie sheet with either nonstick foil or some parchment paper, set the oven to broil. Take your tomatoes, cut off the tops, slice your tomatoes thin, if you can kind of see how thin they are there, not too thin, not too thick, and sprinkle with a little salt and pepper. I've taken our fresh chèvre cheese and just cut it into slices. It kind of squishes up a little bit when you slice it, and divided it evenly amongst the tomato slices. And I would say definitely have 4 ounces for every 2 large tomatoes you're going to use. While the tomatoes are in the oven, get yourself a good handful of Italian flat leaf parsley. Take the leaves and either chop them up with a knife, or a lot of times I use scissors to kind of cut them up that way, so whichever you feel like doing, either way will work good. I don't know if you can hear these sizzling a little bit, but if you can tell they just came out of the oven. Cheese is just a little bit brown, so we've got to let these cool a few minutes so we can actually touch them, and you'll see why. There's one more step involved before we add the extra stuff. The tomatoes have cooled down enough so now I can actually touch them with my fingers without getting burnt. And if you recall, when we sliced up these tomatoes, we left the skins on. So now we're going to take those skins off, and this is so easy because now that they've cooked, the skins come off so easy, and you literally reach in and just pull off that ring of skin. Now to finish them up, I'm going to take a little of that extra virgin olive oil, and you just kind of drizzle it on. There's one. And after you drizzle it on all of them, you just sprinkle with a little bit of parsley. And then I'll show you how this looks on the plate. And here's our finished recipe. We've got the lovely tomatoes with the chèvre, that lovely goat cheese all toasted, olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little parsley. So simple. I would serve 2 like this for an appetizer, or even 3 for a light lunch. And in fact, this is my lunch. And there you have it. So I really hope you'll try this one this summer, especially if you grow your own tomatoes. And even in winter, when the tomatoes can be a bit manky, not so flavorful, you can do this and it adds a little bit more flavor and oomph to them. So something to think about in the winter as well. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to check out my comedy cooking show on YouTube called Victoria Cooksey's Random Dish. I also have a Facebook page by the same name, Victoria Cooksey's Random Dish, and on Twitter at Victoria C. Random. See you next time.